Hands up if you thought I was dead. Yeah, been gone for a long while now. There's been several occasions where I thought I had a comeback, so to speak, but nope. So what's been going on? Well, I'm gonna tell you a long story with a lot of strange stuff. Now, whenever I start sharing of my inner workings, most people think I'm either on drugs or drunk or I've gone insane, and I'm certainly not on drugs. I'm usually not very drunk and not too insane either. But just to warn you, and the short story, it's the bad weather, the darkness, the winter depression thing. It's always like this for me every year. Last year was different. I think maybe it was because, well, due to the casting, which really made me focus, and the focus kind of made me relax. Like, it was hours of just concentration or focus when I was doing the casting. I think that saved me. I'll talk about that later in this video and why and all that stuff. So, but I'm sorry, especially sorry to my patrons, which are basically paying for nothing now. So I'm really sorry, but I'm working on it, and I'm back now. I think I'm back now. I'm like forcing myself to be back now, even though the enthusiasm and like the enthusiasm for anything is kind of low, has been low now for a couple of months, and that's the winter thing here in Norway. I've started to take vitamin D, and I'm trying to expose myself to as much as possible to the little sun that is available. There's been, like, this year has been really special. There's almost been no days with the sun, just raining and just bad, awful darkness. Anyways, so if you don't want to listen to the long story, and it's a strange one, there's a lot of strange stuff going on. Just look at my clothes, and there's things have happened. So just turn off now and wait for my next video, which will be of the normal videos, like a normal video. But if not, if you want to listen, then hang in there. I'm just gonna change to something more suitable to smoke a cigar in, because even though I love the smell of a cigar, I hate how my clothes smell after smoking a cigar, especially inside, like here. So I'll be right back. Okay. So this story begins around October, I think maybe November last year. So winter never really happened this year or this season in Norway, at least not in the southern part of Norway where I'm living. So what we've had it's basically been autumn until now, and winter never happened, and it's been extremely dark, no snow to reflect the light. It's been rain and mud all day long. It's been like maybe one day of sunlight every other week, maybe two, and then a couple of weeks with darkness and rain. And so this happens to me every year, like I said. So every year I think actually there's some videos from not last year but the year before that, and where I'm talking about it and about how the light is coming back and I'm feeling better and stuff like that. And that time I remember 2 years ago that the problem was thinking. I didn't feel like I had the time to think, like there was so much going on at work and stuff. This year that haven't been the problem. The problem has maybe been like I felt that how bad it got that year, and like remembering that, I think this year it was thinking too much that killed me. So not killed me, but killed it for me. So and I've had kind of a strange things has happened I think there's a lot of unconscious decisions and also some conscious decisions, but it wasn't immediately apparent why I did things I did. But in like looking back at it, I have a pretty good theory of why I did things I did, or why things happen. So I'll start with the shoes. I was in the, and I'll just warn you, this will be a long one with a lot of tangents, and I'll just keep on rambling. Might be talking about stuff that's not remotely relevant to to what I'm really talking about here. So I'll just start with the facts, what happened, and then I'll talk about why I think it happened. So I was in the market for some new winter shoes. I was doing research, trying to find something that would last more than a year. I'm sweating a lot, my feet are really sweaty, and usually I just like insulated boots just rot from the sweat, it seems. So I'm going through shoes, at least a pair a year if I wear them daily. So I was searching, and I'm googling and trying to find some information, trying to find some really good boots. I wanted something in leather because by experience my leather boots last a lot longer, because they won't be like that affected by the sweat, and it seems, and also if there's some like the Sorel, I think, like those half rubber and then the rest leather, like those doesn't work for me because they crack where I bend my toes. Might be because I have pretty long toes and I'm bending shoes in the wrong place. Might be. Anyways, so leather. So I was doing some research, and after looking at a lot of videos and stuff about boots and why some boots are better than other boots, I came across the Red Wing Iron Rangers. And so now a lot of people will say, well, those are not real work boots, and I wouldn't last more than a day with my kind of work and stuff. And just remember that I'm not in construction or like I'm not like kicking stones around every day. Well, actually I am, but I don't need proper hardcore work boots. I need normal boots that will last. So I really wanted those boots, and I got them. And I like fell in love with them, like how they felt. Most people are like, they hate to break in boots because they feel like they're uncomfortable. Well, actually, I really enjoy like stiff and what most people will think uncomfortable. I enjoy that on my feet and my legs. I'm a sucker for really stiff, thick jeans, but it's not uncomfortable for me. It's kind of a fetish, I think. I really love like really stiff clothes, dry stiff clothes. But anyways, got the boots. Felt like my other clothes, as you probably know, and a lot of people have commented and complained about my immature clothes, so I've always been wearing some baggy jeans and a hoodie or t-shirt and a flat brim cap. That's and sneakers. That's been like what I've been wearing all my life. But now suddenly with the Red Wing Iron Rangers, I didn't feel like those, like the clothes didn't fit the boots anymore. So I started like I don't like shopping for clothes. So I was kind of in the mindset of I got to get this over with. I got to just replace all the clothes I don't feel like don't suit me anymore, and get some like clothes that fit me fast, everything at once, just to get it over with. Because I hate shopping, but I like having the right clothes. Kind of. I'm now more of like the jeans aren't that baggy anymore, and I wear them higher with suspenders, which are great. Suspenders, never worn suspenders before, but if you think about it, like if you're trying to keep something up, then a belt, which just like it's friction between your body and and the pants that's keeping them up, and that's kind of like a stupid idea. But the suspenders just hold them up. Like, if you want to fight gravity, the best way is to just use a hook, like hang something on something, and it won't fall down. So yeah, suspenders, and like the plaid shirts and stuff, I've been wearing that, so that's not too new. But I've bought some linen shirts and stuff, and like the thing here is that it's what I think. The clothes I like wearing now are clothes that look like more like an old lumberjack kind of guy, like someone from the 50s or 40s. I haven't done any research on, like, it's not important to be that it's clothes from a special time period. It's just how it feels to me, and I feel like I'm wearing old-timey clothes, and it's kind of a lumberjack thing. Talking about lumberjacks. So now I think it's time to do a little bit of the background, or the thoughts around this. So I have a feeling that this year what really brought, or really like dug the hole deep, the winter depression hole, this year was, I think I felt like there was too much stuff going on. Like, I was too involved in the modern world. Like, there was so much happening on mail and comments, and like in the internet stuff and YouTube and all that. And even though I didn't know I felt that way, but thinking back and like on what happened, looking back at what happened here, I think that was the reason. Because I kind of, I'm a family guy. I have 2 kids and a girlfriend, or like, she's not a wife, but pretty much a wife without getting married, and we have a house, and like there's a lot of commitment and a lot of responsibility here, and like I can't react to being too much involved in the real world. No, not the real world, in the modern world, like feeling that there's too much modern world going on. And my reaction, if I were alone, I would have just like bought a cabin out in the woods, moved there, kept on doing what I love doing, but like finding ways to be more like living simpler, old-timier, if you get the idea. So, but I can't do that because the machinery is too big. It's too hard or too difficult to turn around, and the will to do something like this is not there with my wife or girlfriend. And I know I haven't asked her, but I know it's so. I think that like my unconscious reaction was to try and get try and make that feeling of being more detached from the modern world. And I think unconsciously I tried to find ways, and one of the ways were getting old-timey boots and jeans and shirts and like clothes that made me feel like I was kind of not that much part of modern society in a weird way. Well, the lumberjack theme thing kind of led to me wanting to do some research on axes, and now I have been working with an axe for basically all my life, but always out of necessity. But now, like one day, I woke up with this urge to chop down trees and like buck logs, split it, like just make firewood with an axe. And I think that's like the main thing that has got me back on track here. That's the axe. There's just something about using an axe, chopping down trees and bucking logs, and it's just you need to have such a focus, like I was talking about with the casting, but while working with an axe, and to prevent yourself from being like cutting off your legs, there has to be such a focus there, and it's kind of like a meditation, so you can really relax while working with an axe. At least I can. I have this half an hour break every day at work. Now, rather than laying down on the sofa and like relaxing that way, I chop some wood in my break at work, and I feel like I'm like I'm more relaxed doing that and versus actually relaxing. Sounds strange, but yeah, so that's really like, I think the axe really got me going again here. Really. Like my approach to this whole thing, or to my life, basically it's more of an, and this might sound kind of pretentious, but it's more of an artist's point of view, not like an engineer or like a maker. I'm more of a, like, I'm not an artist, I don't make art, but I feel like my approach is more artisty, and this year the writer's block has set in badly, and it's so much emotion going on. It's so much, I'm so driven by like how things make me feel out here. Like, I try my best to not go against the like the feeling, the good feeling this gives me, and I try to, I don't know, it's weird, but I'm trying to make the fastest and most powerful two-stroke in the world, but I also want to, like, to me it has to feel like I'm like a sculpture or like a painting, like how I imagine someone painting a painting feels like their painting should turn out. Yeah, there's I should mention some videos. That's the thing. I've been thinking about. So I'm not watching much videos, if at all, about two strokes. I'm not quite sure why, but I think the main reason is that I feel like I get more, like I feel like it benefits what I do more to watch other stuff, like people working with wood, people building a log cabin, like Diresta, all the stuff he's doing. Mr. Chickadee, he's like doing everything, building a cabin, building a lot of stuff with just hand tools. Michael Cthulhu, like the sword guy. I enjoy watching machining. That's kind of a, like, I've been watching machining videos for forever, long before I ever did any machining myself. Like Keith Fenner and A-Bomb and Adam Booth. Is that Ox? I can't remember. Adam Booth and this old Tony, of course, and a lot of other channels. But like recently with the axe thing, I needed some information, like how to work safely with an axe, because I've never really cared, and I thought now that I was going to really like go on for hours working with an axe, it was kind of a wise idea to pick up some tips on how to not hurt yourself really bad. Because if you just touch the edge of the axe, you will get a nice deep cut. Imagine what happens if you just like whip it into your leg. Nasty. So a really cool guy I've been watching a lot is Steven Skill Cult. Check out Skill Cult, the YouTube channel Skill Cult with Steven. Can't remember his last name, but he seems like a really, like, there's a lot of reflection, and he's a really intelligent guy. He seems to share many of the same like beliefs as I do, or lack of beliefs, as I lack. And so that he's a great guy, Skill Cult. Check out that channel. Also, Buckin' Billy Ray Smith. I think Buckin' Billy Ray. He's just such a positive guy. Like the energy from this guy and the optimism, the positivity is just insane. He's yeah, just check it out. So that's like, I tend to watch a lot of different videos, and it kind of gives me, it kind of feeds different parts of me. It feels like. So I do feel like I should, like I really feel that you can't see it on camera now, but that 3D printer styrofoam box thing, it kind of destroyed the feeling in here. It's like a nasty scar in a beautiful face. So I think I'll have to move that to somewhere else in here, just to, like, I really like the clutter, and I like the wood. I'm a sucker for wood that's been stained by dirt and wiped over and over again, like worked on. It's just such a nice patina, and so I like that. I like how everything has evolved over the years here, but I don't like that 3D printer. Like the styrofoam is just, it destroys the feeling in here. I even love my roof, which is just plastic. But I think I should do something about it, but it's different for sure. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out ways to feel better. And don't get me wrong, I'm not depressed in like what people usually think about depression. I'm not sad, I'm not feeling like bad. I'm just, the enthusiasm and the drive is on hold. I'm feeling like I'm feeling that it's coming back now. I'm feeling that feeling of happiness when I think about making something. So that's good. I know it's not gone, it's just on hold, like every year. So yeah. It's funny how it seems like a lot of people are kind of living their life trying to like they're trying so hard to fit into the right like there's a set of rules that aren't actually rules. It's just how, like, the community has agreed upon how one should act, what you should do, where you should live, what you should eat. And I'm trying to not be like that. Not like there's this one life, and you can't get it back. And if you start thinking about it, there's a lot of things you do and you think you have to do, and ways you have to like everything is, there's a lot of rules that aren't really rules. And if you think about why should I do this, why does it have to be like this, and there's not really a reason. It's just, it seems like it's agreed upon that this is the way things are supposed to be. Like, I'm not quite sure where this tangent came from, but just a thought there. Try to live your life like I'm not sure where this is from, or it might even be my own. I can't remember. Probably you will probably find it if you Google it. I should too. But I'm trying to fill my days with life, not my life with days. That's a good saying. Fill your days with life, not your life with days. Well, you could do both when I think about it, but I'll rather fill my days with life than just filling my life with days. been getting a lot of like people are saying I'm in the this is a midlife crisis, and that might be. I don't think so. I think it feels to me like everything that's happened, especially like people are seeing the clothes and they see a change. They know I've been wearing the same stuff for all my life, and now suddenly there's something different, and midlife crisis. And it's kind of a strange midlife crisis, I think. Well, first of all, I'm hoping that 35 is not like the middle of my life. Even though I like to fill my life with days, not my days with no, the opposite. But I'm hoping to live longer than 70. But what happens, happens. But I don't think this is a midlife crisis. It's more of a trying to prevent a crisis. Trying to it's like when things like I'm so happy with I can actually enjoy feeling bad because I really like to explore what's going on inside here. So I can find enjoyment in analyzing myself, like even when I'm feeling really bad. And so as soon as like this happened, I was like firing and on all cylinders, trying to figure out what was going on, how to fix it, trying different things, like exploring the. So I'm not quite sure if the clothes or like I really feel the axe was the thing that, like, if I just bought an axe, like a new nice axe, and started working, chopping down trees, I think like this would have been fixed before it even started. But I didn't know that before I had bought all the old-timey clothes and kind of gotten into the lumberjack mindset. And so now people are calling me like a lumbersexual and a hipster and stuff, and I'm not feeling like a hipster. I'm feeling like I needed the clothes to feel better. Like I needed to like connect with something that I didn't connect with, that I needed to connect with, like some kind of old lumberjack. Maybe there's a lot of lumberjacks in my family. My father is he's working at the timber facility, and he's been working with timber all his life. And many of my like earlier in my relatives are woodworkers. So no, I don't enjoy working with wood. I like chopping wood. I don't like working with it. I like watching people work with it, but I can't really find enjoyment in working with wood. Maybe I should try it. Maybe that would help too. But because I haven't really worked with wood. I've been talking for a while now, and I just remembered how I wanted to start this talk, and the analogy. And I don't know if you've read Moby Dick. If you haven't, you should. It's a great book. But in the beginning of that book, Ishmael, the main character, the narrator, he's talking about how there's like a point in every man's life, or every so often, where you have to take to sea, because you're like to keep from like walking into the street and punching people, you have to take to sea. And so like that kind of resonated with me, like how I've been feeling, like something had to happen so I wouldn't start punching people. Okay, this is long enough already. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my rambling. And yeah, I'm back. I'm backer, like I said, backer than yesterday, and I'll be backer tomorrow than I was today. Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting me. Just thank you. See you next time.